Okay, so I'm going to discuss still Latin America. Latin America is interesting dynamics that's always happening. We noticed that in Latin America, um, they have multiple sanctions on Latin America. For a long time, Latin America has wanted to be unified. Unfortunately, there's been so much corruption, murdering of journalists in Mexico, food shortages in Venezuela, um, Brazil's attempt to be part of the United Nations Security Council. I mean, I continue to advocate on behalf of uh, Brazil's Brazil being part of the United Nations Security Council. Also, in regards to Argentina's Falklands, that Argentina be reunited with the Falklands as it was before the British Argentinian War. I continue to advocate on behalf of a better healthcare system for Latin America, a more integrated security system for Latin America, a more integrated military system for Latin America. I also continue to advocate for the United Nations to be peacekeepers at the border of Mexico and the U.S. to drop the drugs from transferring back and forth, and also mass genocide and murder of Mexicans crossing the border. Not only Mexicans, Hondurans, or Salvadorans, etc. I mean, I see it as something that we need to make sure that all of Latin America is unified. Do I think that I could be able to administer this kind of thing? It's very complicated. I need PhDs all in that field. Particularly working with the Catholic religion. I want to make the Mecca of the I want to make the Mecca of the Americas in Puerto Rico. Build the Iron Rock in Puerto Rico, unify Puerto Rico with Latin America, but still have dual citizenship with the U.S. I don't see why not. I mean, we have a huge population in Hawaii, we have a huge population in Chicago, New York City. We go to Florida, we go down different other states, Louisiana. I believe we have some residual Puerto Ricans there. I mean, we have a pretty big diaspora in the U.S. We want to be able to work together with Latin America. We want to be able to unify Latin America. That's just like Don Simón Bolívar. We want to bring Francisco Miranda ideals and ideology, the structure of 4 branches, the educational branches, inclusive to the legislative, judicial, and executive. So it's a sophisticated type of different dynamic, also bringing the indigenous there and analyzing more of the legalities regarding indigenous laws and believer laws under that same constitution. But we see a lot of dramatic problems in Latin America regarding Bolivia being able to have a path forward towards the oceans, the water, and we see a lot of the agitations of cross-border warfare, which I continue to advocate on peace troops along the Colombian-Venezuelan border to drastically reduce narco trafficking and so forth. We all have that same problem. And it really doesn't really do much. We believe that we can create a more medicinal path forward for the Americas, talking about increasing our medicine man and the knowledge thereof. That's why I'm shamanistic. I'm Islamic, but I'm shamanistic. I believe in herbology. I believe in creation of medicine. I believe that we need an integrated system to reduce the amount of viruses that are being traveled to and from different countries, because the data isn't there, and sometimes data is not even accumulated in the Americas. Sometimes we're lacking the information thereof of how much Ebola is actually going from the part of like Mexico and Central America to maybe like or Uruguay. And I understand the dynamics of Latin America. I understand that some countries, have been ruled by secularism, and I want to change that. Often, I also feel that the Middle East needs a lot of change as well. I understand the oligarchs, their positions, and how the Arab Spring took over because of so much corruption in the Middle East. The infighting between the Sunnis and the Shias. I want to unify them as best as I can. I want to unify the Catholic Church with the Greek Orthodox. For a long time, they needed to be unified. And I've read the Byzantine canon laws, and some of them still got to go through so many of those things. But studied Christian law, Protestant versus Catholic warfare. I see that we need to be a little bit more unified, a little bit more helpful towards other regions, diasporas that are coming into the Americas. Haiti went to the African Union, and so they've been trying to unify for a very long time, and I'm willing to even look into how that we can focus on making that a better system. Where Gaddafi left off, I don't believe in dictatorship. I'm democracy. I'm what I see is social barter systems more than idolatry, money. I just don't see what's worth it in. I mean, look at how much money has made us healthier. Focus on strategic things which are really important in the Americas and India. Water, how creating technology to purify water, to keep water clean, and be able to be exporters of water is extremely important. We can't just have just few companies just exporting water. It's just ridiculous. We have shortages and have wars, future wars, and just the content, the biology sector, increasing the biology sector to reduce the level of bacteria and viruses, eliminating mosquitoes, period, from Latin America, and then moving on to Africa, helping them out, giving them the technology, helping them with the medicine, cleansing the waters supplies in India and Africa, and making sure that in the Middle East, they came out with the agrarian system, agri systems, way before other countries. They were sophisticated because they were in desert areas. So we can learn a lot from the Middle East in helping Latin America grow a far better integrated system for the agricultural sector that needs to be healthier, less pests, less fleas, less pathogens. We have to reduce certain animal populations that are not within the scriptures so that we can reduce the number of viruses and bacteria. What else can I say? I mean, we wish that we can have peace. I believe in Christ. I believe in the international laws to be Christ. And I know the opposition doesn't want that. They want to, they want to be agitators. But take a look around the LGBTIQA community or pansexual community or a pansexual community. You will notice that the majority of them have high HIV/AIDS rate. And it's not to just point them out. There's many different viruses out there, but these viruses are the ones that are dominating the huge portion of the population, and we need to find stricter ways to control them, and we need to find other ways to survive as a species. Puerto Rico has a right to democracy, has a right to a democracy, has a right to elect its own government, has a right to its maritime, just like Hawaii, just like the Virgin Islands. And we feel like we do a better job to make America better. America has a huge Latino population, and most of them are marginalized because they're undocumented. And it just doesn't work out for both hemispheres. Don Simon Bolivar was called the George Washington of the Americas. And so we need to be more understanding of each other and focus on integration. So take care, God bless, and peace be upon everyone.